In this video, I'd like to help you memorize your major and minor key signatures once and for all. I'm surprised at how much of an issue this is for many students, even students that know their scales particularly well. They still struggle to figure out what key a piece is in quickly. And when they're trying to figure out if it's the major or the minor or whatever, they get a key signature, they don't really know what to do. And it takes them a while to really get oriented. And that has to do with the fact that they don't really know their key signatures and have them memorized in a reliable way. And one way that you can solve for this is by practicing them in a flashcard style format. And I have created a series of exercises from musictheory.net where I basically have you drill different subsets of keys for 2 minutes at a time. This is actually a strategy that I use in my paid membership. And I'm just going to put these exercises in the description below this YouTube video. And so you can practice these, and I'm going to show you what the exercises look like. And all you need to do, assuming you know your scales or you've interacted with them in some way, if you don't know the circle of fifths or any of that, then this is a little bit, I would say, too aggressive. So you need to start with learning your circle of fifths first. But if you are already familiar with the concept of the circle of fifths and you've been introduced to scales, then you can start to make these exercises part of your daily practice routine away from the piano, actually, because you don't need to be at a piano. You can actually just do this on your phone if you want. And you can just do it for 2 minutes every day until when you see a key signature, you just instantly know it. Okay, that's the goal. And this is, in my opinion, the fastest way to deal with your keys. Okay, so let's look at what these exercises look like. So the first one will take you to a web page that looks like this, and you can just click Use Web Version and Start Challenge. And this is just an exercise that I created, right? And you're just going to name the key. So the first category of exercise, I think, is all your major keys. Okay, so even though if you get some wrong, that's fine, but you're just going to, in a flashcard style way, start to associate the name of the key with the number of sharps or flats it has. Okay, so this is C major, this is going to be F major, this is going to be E flat major, and so on, G major. And of course, I know you're not going to be this fast at it, but it's just the major keys, and I'm sure you probably know some of the major keys, right? You know, C major has none. You probably know that G major has 1 and D major has 2, and so you can do this through process of elimination. And so you don't want to move past this first exercise until you can just answer all of these in, I don't know, maybe a second or so. And then once you've done that, you can move on to the next exercise, which will look like this. And this is going to be for your minors. And I've actually reduced it a little bit. It's just a certain subset of minors. It's the ones that would have sharps. Okay, so the minor key that has no sharps, considering the natural minor, right? Because that's what we write the key signature for, is the natural minor form of the scale. So that's A minor. This is going to be E minor, and so on. This is going to be A minor again, E minor, and this is going to be 5 sharps, G sharp minor. And it may help you to compare the key to the relative major. So like we know this is G major. And so the relative minor of G major is going to be 3 half steps lower than the tonic. So G, 1, 2, 3, we know it's E. It's also going to be the 6th note in that scale. So that's another way of doing it, right? So the 6th note in the G major scale is going to be E, and that's your relative minor. So it might be helpful for you to think of the relative minor and then compare. So in this case, it's going to be A major is the relative major of this key signature, but we need to figure out what the minor is. So A major, go down 3 half steps, 1, 2, 3, it's F sharp minor. And at some point, you're actually not going to need to do that anymore. You're just going to know it cold. Okay? Anyway, the next exercise will do the flats. So it's the minor flat keys. Okay, so that's going to be F minor, that's going to be G minor, and so on. That will be D minor. And then the next one is going to be all of the minors combined, okay? And then the last one is going to be all keys combined. And once you can do this last exercise and you score well on it, you've achieved a really amazing milestone. Anyway, I have to deal with my dog barking now, but anyway, I hope that this is something that changes your life. It has for countless students, and so I'm sure it will for you. So anyway, let me know what you think, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully.